She wasn't the Aquino who originally aimed for the presidency, but she's the one who was catapulted to it. Corazon Aquino, or Cory as she was fondly called, came from a wealthy political family, but she abandoned her law studies to marry rising politician Ninoy Aquino. He became the leading opposition figure against the authoritarian rule of then-President Marcos. All the while, Cory stayed in the shadows, content to play housewife.
If I were Ninoy.
But when Ninoy was assassinated after returning from exile in 1983, his widow was thrust reluctantly into the limelight, and she became the rallying point for a growing opposition.
Her husband wasn't there. He had a dominating influence on her, how she regarded her role. Suddenly he was gone, much to her grief. And all her instincts that have been honed in Philippine politics came out.
Cory was cast into challenging Marcos in snap elections after exchanging accusations of electoral fraud and near simultaneous proclamations of victory.
And I don't think she will win anyway.
Millions of Filipinos took matters into their own hands, pouring onto the streets in what became the landmark People Power Revolt. It toppled a dictatorship and propelled Aquino into the nation's top post. But it was anything but smooth sailing for President Cory. As her fledgling administration struggled to rebuild a broken nation, it faced a series of coup attempts and a variety of natural disasters.
She inspired a nation, but she did not move us to any big reform or any real change in our social and economic situation. It was so black and white. Marcos was black and she was white. So everything that she touched, turned into white or turned into like goodness.
I am really so touched that you will believe that I can offer you hope.
Cory finished her 6-year term and wanted to return to a quiet life. But she was always sought after by politicians who wanted her on their side. It became such that getting Cory's support was almost like being anointed by the gods.
She was the cleanest president we ever had, and that she just turned away every temptation to make money. She's the only moral center in our politics.
In the end, all Cory wanted was to be a good partner to Ninoy. History had it so her greatest duty as his wife was to her country.